Hi guys, it is your favorite strength coach slash dietitian. I'm going to make a bold assumption and say that that's true. If not, I hope it's true. And if not, I'm just going to pretend it is. So that helps me, keeps me going. So I'm back with another bite-sized tip on how to help you fuel your strength, nourish your future, and thrive. This week I want to talk about setting up your training plan to help you maximize the results. So if you've never worked with me before or you don't know what we're doing here, we typically train in 4 to 6 weeks training blocks, working easy to hard. That's a basic principle of strength and conditioning. You need some sort of progressive overload to make things a little more challenging as it goes on. Add weight little by little by little until you're maxed out, and then you move on to something new. So how can you do that as you plan your own training? Let's say you don't want to work with a coach, whatever. I like to think of it in terms of goals of the week. So we have 3 categories: base or refresh, load, and perform. So in a refresh week, we're keeping it relatively easy, not going to be super hard, but also not going to be super easy. Like you're getting something out of it. It doesn't always feel like you're getting something out of it, but if you do it right, you get something out of it. Then you go into load. That's going to be 2, 3, 4 load weeks where you're pushing it a little bit more, pushing, and trying to increase. Not your heaviest sets, but not a refresh week. It's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. Then you go into the last week of your training block. That's going to be your perform week. I'm walking out of this gym with no more reps in the tank. I'm crawling out if I need to. Like, this is the week I'm pushing. So why do we do that? You got to think of it in terms of a towel. You get a towel, dishcloth wet. Initially, you squeeze it. You don't have to squeeze much to get water out, but we're trying to get all the water out possible. So you squeeze it. Doesn't take much to get it out. That's that refresh week. Doesn't take much. You're getting what you need out of it. And then as you get into those load weeks, you're squeezing, trying to get every possible drop of that water out. And then in that perform week, you're getting everything. Like you are giving it everything you've got. You got a winch, you're cranking it down. You were trying to make that thing bone dry by the time the training block is over. So you want that towel bone dry, nothing left in the tank, knowing, hey, we're going to refresh, we're going to re-dip that towel in water, and we're going to start the whole process over again in 4 weeks. So that means you're continuously making progress, and each 4 to 6 weeks, you're starting from scratch. And that's how we do it here. That's how I've done it in my college teams. Basically, how do we set ourselves up for success? Leave a couple reps in the tanks in the first week, starting to get harder, push the weight a little bit in those middle weeks. And then that last week, you're pushing. There's nothing left in the tank. So as you set up your training blocks, try to keep that in mind, or you can hire someone to do it for you. But if I were going to give you any advice, it would be that. Just leave yourself room to make that continuous progress. And in 4 to 6 weeks, switch to a new goal. Maybe that's strength, endurance, whatever your focus is, but give yourself that opportunity to refresh so you can push again. So I hope that helps, and I'll talk to you soon.